have a fine day. Today I am here to explain and share about the reading habit. God has blessed me through my CSST Institute. You might be wondering what the CSST means, isn't it? CSST means Carmelite Sisters of St.Teresa. I belong to this congregation. And this institute has allowed me to attend a 1-month book review course, and by which I've been inspired to read books and to write its reviews. These are my book review books. This is my spiritual reading book review. Here every day I write the book reviews, and this is another, whatever books I may read, I write the book reviews. And last academic year I read 118 books and wrote its book reviews as well. Let me ask, whether our reading happened to inspire anyone? It ought to be so. I'm glad to share that one of my students named Adulya from 7D always asks me, how many books have you finished reading? Because she wants to outwit me, since she has done more than 100 books and she has written the book reviews of it. The students are regular in submitting the book reviews, and our school provides enough space for doing so. Let me be frank that our library is thus enriched with its vastness and potentialities, with its resourcefulness and shiny myths, and another person. They are the guardians who does the function so well. Here are some book reviews of my students. I wish let all of them shine out by their innate faculties.
Hi friends, I am Nandana Krishna from 6th E. In this COVID vacation time, I got a chance to read many books. I am going to read the review of one among that book, Favorite Aesop's Fables. The name of this book is Favorite Aesop's Fables. The author of this book is Leslie Sims. Dingra Publishing House published this book. This is the first publication. This edition published at 2016. A fable is a brief, fictitious story told to amuse the reader. It reaches a moral by making fun of human follies. Most fables have characters that are animals or plants. Among these stories, my favorite story is The Lion Fall in Love. The content of the story is physical strength may be overcome intelligence. For me, the attractive person in the story is the clever farmer, and at the same time the foolishness of the lion that fall in love with that farmer's daughter. This story is mostly written for the clever persons, or the persons those who love moral stories, making fun of human follies. From this story I understood that physical fitness may be overcome intelligence. I would ask to suggest a beast instead of lion in this story. This book is a gift any child will treasure. Moral value. In description is foolishness. Thank you.
Hi dears, I am Alina Teresa Martin. I am studying in 6th standard at St.Teresa CGHSS Ernakulam. In the lockdown days, I read small books. Today, I read a book named The Mother Hen of Henshire. The story was written by Padmakumar K and illustrated by Prasad T.M. Publishing on March 2004 and publishing by Atansi Publishing House. The story was so interesting. The story tells about a mother hen and her chicks. It is showing a mother's love and care. I like the story very much, and also that is showing the chicks are clever. The story revolves around the activities of a hen and her chicks. Two chicks are adventurous. They are not afraid of any dangers in the world. I thought this book is suitable for beginners and primary students, and also is available in cheap read. Thank you. Have a nice day.
The story is told by
grandchild, India's most loved writer, Ruskin both. Hi friends, myself, Mary Amanda de Silva, is going to present a book review on The Day Grandfather Tickled a Tiger, written by Ruskin both. This fantastic book is written by Ruskin Bond, and he had received so many awards. He had written more than 500 books. This sweet story tells us how the narrator's family raised a tiger cub and all the escapades of it growing up in the house with a monkey and a dog. The grandfather got this little tiger cub from a jungle near Dehradun. The grandmother brought him up as his own child and named him Timothy. Timothy's companions were a monkey and a little puppy initially. The monkey had the courage to pull Timothy's tail, and if Timothy lost his temper, he would climb up the curtain. Timothy loved to play with someone, so the writer was his favorite when he came to live in grandfather's house. Timothy's favorite place was the drawing room on the long sofa. At night, he would sleep in the cook quarters. He kept himself clean and scrubbed himself like a cat. One of these days, said grandmother, in a prophetic manner, we are going to find Timothy sitting on Muhammad's bed and no sign of the cook except his clothes and shoes. Of course, it was never true. When Timothy was 6 months old, he started growing less friendly and more dangerous. So the grandfather decided to transfer Timothy to a zoo. In a special reserved compartment, he took Timothy to Lucknow. After 6 months, grandfather came to Lucknow to visit his relatives, and so he came to see Timothy too. When he went to see Timothy, he was fully grown up. The grandfather put his hand into the cage and tickled his ear. Suddenly, one leopard came and scared the Timothy. So he complained to the zookeeper to change Timothy's cage from that leopard. And they didn't say anything to him. When he came to see Timothy to say goodbye, one zookeeper said, "It's not your Timothy. 2 months ago, your tiger was died due to a pneumonia. This is not your tiger, and this tiger is very dangerous. He was trapped in the hill last month." Grandfather left saying, "Good night, Timothy." I really love this story very much. It shows us that what is real love or a strong relationship or a strong bond between animals and human beings. I really enjoyed this fantastic book. I should say that you all should definitely read this fantastic and fabulous book. It helps us to understand a real bond and love. Everybody should definitely read this book. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Maria Thomas Varapalli. Today, I am going to read out a book review of the story The Room on the Roof. The Room on the Roof. Here is a story of an orphan boy who was named as Rusty. Rusty is an Indian boy, but his guardian wanted him to stay away from Indians and wanted him to be a pure English man. This is a beautiful story of Ruskin Bond an Indian short story writer. He born on 19th May 1934. He is very smart in writing children's fictions. The cover artist of this book is Clark Bishop Dean. Penguin Books published this book currently. This book was published on 1956. It's a small book which contains only 160 pages. We could get this book in just rupees 206. This is a best story of children. I like this sentence. You don't have to lie if you know how to withhold the truth. This sentence touched my heart. And this was the first literary venture of Ruskin. Like always, Bond ends his story with a powerful message. I hope you all will read and enjoy this book. I loved this book very much. This book gave me a very different experience. And that's all. Thank you all.
Hello everyone, a warm good evening to one and all. Myself, Sr.Niranjana from 7th E. My school is St.Teresa CGHSS Ernakulam. Now I am standing in front of you to read out a book review. The name of the story is The Blue Umbrella. The author of the story is Ruskin. Ruba Publications published this book. This book published in 1992. This is the first edition. The main characters of the story is a girl named Binia, a boy named Biju, their mother, and a blue umbrella. The umbrella was like a flower, a great blue flower that had sprung upon the dry brown hillside. In exchange for her luck leopard's claw pendant, Bina acquires a beautiful blue umbrella that makes her the envy of everyone in the village, especially Ram Baroha, the shopkeeper. It is the prettiest umbrella in the whole village and the humorous novella set in the hills of Garhwal. Written in simple yet witty characters become more heroic and others find opportunity to redeem themselves. By reading this story, we could understand that the author is nature lover and knows it each things. Each time encourages us to care and love nature, and each line encourages us to protect nature. I would ask to suggest any other pet instead of cow in this story as Nilu and Kori, which mean blue and fair one. This book is a gift any child will pleasure. Thank you and have a nice day.
Hi everyone, my name is Angelina Raz and I am a student of St.Teresa CGHSS Ernakulam. Books. Something that always manages to surprise us in some what way. If you're not into classical or moral stories, this might be your cup of tea. Over the past few days, I have learned to like one of the books that interested me most. Tia Sultan has several number of books that never ceases to impress. Today I will be telling about Tia Sultan and the Missing Myth, one of my most favorites. On vacation to Greece, the Tia sisters have met with a marvelous friends working for an acting company. Colette surprisingly stands in for an ill speaker. I love this book so very much because it has action, adventure, comedy, and a mystery. Then, after a while, they will find the main actor playing the lead role when missing on the opening night. The Tia sisters, search and ponder, made a delicious discovery. A lighthouse shaped as an ice cream. It was wonderful and nobody knew that was the clue to find the missing actor. Once they found the missing actor, the show goes on with many surprises. This whole entire story is written and in perfection and one with wonderful pictures. I recommend you all to read this storybook. It's called Thea Sultan and the Missing Myth. Thank you.
Dear friends, reading is important because it stitches our thoughts, boosts imagination, and expands the horizon of knowledge. And it helps our minds be open to the world around. Whether you are a student or a beginner, have some tips in this regard. Practically, 6 steps formulas are there. First, begin with a brief summary of the book. Second, pick out the most important aspects of the book. Third, include brief quotes as example because it gives a gist of the entire thing. 4, write a conclusion that summarizes everything. Like your introduction, keep your conclusion short and sweet. It shall bring up the main points of your review along with your overall view of the book. But if it is for competition, you may have to deal little more elaborately. 5th, find small books at the beginning stage. 6th, begin it right now. So friends, now go forth and review. Thank you.